Yes, the name Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder go together like peanut butter and jelly, I'll tell you that much. Now, I've heard of the movie Blazing Saddles, I never really gave it a thought. And I'm like, I know there's something where there's like the Looney Tunes, ending theme. That's all, folks. That was played where he's delivering a candygram. I'm like, what? Other than that, I knew this movie would be canceled if it was made today. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Well, Gene Wilder said it best. We have smashed in this film. We have smashed racism, and also left along. Also left, pretty much paraphrasing. That's definitely this because there's this person who wants to drive a railroad track through the town of Rock Ridge, Nevada, I believe, in what was that, 1874, and in order to help scare some of the residents into abetting to his demands, he decides to hire Cleavon Little, yes, as the sheriff, and instantly the town is like he's the sheriff. Well, he's not going to get any of our respect. Um, so what follows is an extreme. It's just hilarity all over the place. The lengths that this that the here Headley, or what's his name, will go through to get the town going. I mean, and let's see. One, he brings a guy named Mondo over. We feel sympathetic for Mondo. He's, yeah, he's can't speak that well. Let's just put it that way. All the while they're trying to get our hero to stop, but our hero sees everything going on. And of course, Gene Wilder there, who's portraying the Waco Kid. Yes, you can tell Wilder by his '70s hair. When he's looking like Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka. Here he plays more of a still cynical, snarky side, but he's got a fastest hands in the West as he portrays the Waco Kid. So all the meanwhile that's happening, I'm just looking at him like these two have some good chemistry together. Not being afraid, the stuff that they come up with. I'm just like, this is just absolute hilarity. All the meanwhile, I mean, this is just this is just a freaking funny movie. I mean, when the hero wants to hire, like when the villain wants to hire a crew, he says that he wants so many other people. Meanwhile, the guy is just looking for his notes where he says, I want pugs, I want dogs. He lists off at least 20 other people, and the guy says, would you mind repeating that? I'm just looking at him like, that's just unbelievable. There was an it's technically a musical too, because we get Blazing Saddles theme song. That was really good. Of course, satirizing / paying homage to Gene Autry, Singing Cowboy, and all the Western theme shows that were going on. Bat Masterson, The Big Valley, Rifleman, all that other stuff. This is just like a satire of everything else. So it was like, the sheriff doesn't take in any crud. Don't really, I mean, it's just obviously, no reason why this wouldn't be made was of all the social commentary going on, including using that word that I'm not going to say and cause some controversy. But Mel Brooks had all the final say for his clause in his contract, So obviously that fits in with smashing the racism. You get a song and dance number with a Teutonic titillating lady that's also, not Bulgarian, I forgot. So it's just like, she's trying to seduce him, and at the same time she's speaking German, which was pretty funny. And sounding like Tweety Bird. Instead of seeing, I thought I saw a putty cat, I thought I saw a putty cat. Or something like that, so that was freaking great. It was an impressive number. I'm tired. Sexual, of course, which just adds more to the humor. There's a whole bunch of cowboys, you know, just there, and I'm just like, this is pretty dang funny. Um, all meanwhile, it's like just the ever increasing hilarity that the villain is wanting to do. I'm like, he's over the top, and it's great. Um, and you know, Brooks was a master writer, or just like when there's a scene, you know, like with Native Americans, they're going like some family was coming in, like when Little's character was talking about like the history of them, you know, how they were like coming across the in stereotypical fashion. Sometimes the Native Americans would attack, but then they realized like, oh, they are darker than us, so the natives let Little's character's family go. So that's probably the most of which I'm going to say. Um, it was Brooks who was playing the chief, by the way. That was interesting. And Harvey Keitel plays the over-the-top villain, which was pretty funny. Then towards the end, when suddenly they break the fourth wall by going to the Warner Brothers store, looking for buildings and lot and studio and everything else. I'm like, what is going on? And at the same time, I'm just looking at it, and then just like turning around, looking, just thinking like, they're truly breaking the fourth wall. They're even going against a suit and top hat dance, you know, like the stage, and have all the people thinking like the Family Guy opening like that. And they're just doing that. I'm like, what is going on? So he's kind of making fun of that. That comes from like a 1930s person. I forgot his name is on Wikipedia underneath the plot and for the movie. You know, they even go to the premiere, so it's an in joke of like how it's beginning, and then suddenly they crash into it, and ultimately the villain himself gets shot in the crotch. And as our villains leave, you know, they ride the horse. You know, they're going to do a typical ride into the distance, run into the sunset on a horse. But nope, they make their way into like a limo or whatever. That was just very unexpected, and the horses get transported by a horse handler, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this is all a laugh a minute movie as I'm watching it. Legendary for multiple reasons. You know, stuff with the villain and the character that Harvey Keitel plays. I forgot. Headley got sued by the actual Headley lady or whatever, and ultimately I forgot what the details were, but it just led to more of the awareness of the movie's reputation. Yeah, obviously you would not be able to make this today. 100 freaking %. It's so ribald and raunchy, but it's so funny. So yeah. What would I change? What would I add? Maybe some like on-screen understandings of some of the older references that wouldn't really. I mean, I knew some of them, but I didn't know like the song and dance number. Like a brief explanation of what it is with like a little asterisk or whatever, just to help get the point across for a better appreciation. So definitely that. But yeah, highest recommendation, you watch Blazing Saddles.